Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. This profound statement underscores a universal truth about the human experience, a truth that resonates across cultures, generations, and walks of life. At its core, it acknowledges the unpredictable nature of our efforts. Sometimes we strive, we labor, we take risks, and yet the outcome falls short of our hopes or expectations. Yet, it is through action, and only through action, that the possibility of joy, fulfillment, and authentic happiness becomes real. Consider for a moment the countless dreams that flicker in the minds of individuals around the world, the aspirations to create, to connect, to make a difference. These dreams may begin as mere thoughts, but thoughts alone are powerless to change anything. It is the decisive step, the leap from imagining to doing, that transforms possibility into reality. Whether it is the artist picking up a brush, the entrepreneur launching a new venture, or the student committing to learn a new skill, each act moves us from the realm of potential into the world of achievement. The journey from action to happiness is rarely straightforward. Often our actions are met with obstacles, setbacks, or unexpected results. A writer may pour their heart into a manuscript and receive criticism. An athlete may train for years and lose a crucial match. A volunteer may give their time only to see little immediate change. In these moments, happiness may seem elusive, even unattainable. Yet, it is precisely in the act of trying, in the willingness to engage with life, that a deeper, more enduring happiness begins to take root. Why is this so? Because action connects us to our sense of purpose. It gives structure to our days and meaning to our efforts. When we choose to act, no matter how small the gesture, we affirm our agency in the world. We signal to ourselves and to others that we are not passive recipients of circumstance, but active participants in the unfolding story of our lives. Each act, whether successful or not, becomes a building block of character, resilience, and self-understanding. Moreover, action is the catalyst for growth. It is through doing that we learn, adapt, and improve. Every mistake becomes an opportunity for reflection. Every challenge, a chance to discover new strengths. The process of striving, of setting goals and pursuing them, stretches us beyond our comfort zones. It is in this stretching, this willingness to embrace uncertainty, that we encounter moments of exhilaration and pride. We look back not only on what we have accomplished, but on how we have grown along the way. Consider the stories of those who have made a lasting impact on the world. Rarely do their paths follow a straight line to happiness. Instead, they are marked by effort, by persistence in the face of adversity, and by a refusal to let setbacks define them. Think of Thomas Edison, whose quest to invent the light bulb required thousands of failed experiments. Or Malala Yousafzai, whose activism for girls' education came at great personal risk. Their happiness was not a byproduct of instant success, but of a commitment to act, again and again, despite the odds. At a more personal level, action is the bridge that connects us to others. Relationships flourish when we reach out, communicate, and invest in shared experiences. Friendships deepen through acts of kindness and support. Communities strengthen when individuals come together to address common challenges. The simple act of listening, of offering help, of expressing gratitude, these are all forms of action that nurture happiness, both for ourselves and those around us. Yet the fear of failure can often inhibit our willingness to act. We hesitate, worrying that our efforts will be in vain, that we will be judged, or that the outcome will disappoint. It is natural to feel uncertain, to second-guess our choices. But it is important to remember that inaction guarantees only stagnation. By refusing to act, we close ourselves off from the possibility of happiness, growth, and connection. The wisdom embedded in the statement, "Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action," invites us to embrace imperfection. It urges us to recognize that happiness is not a static destination, but a dynamic process. Sometimes our actions lead to delight and satisfaction. Other times they bring challenges and lessons. But it is only by engaging with life, By stepping forward and trying, that happiness can ever be found. This truth applies not only to grand ambitions, but to everyday life. The decision to go for a walk on a sunny afternoon, to prepare a meal for loved ones, to learn a new piece of music, or to volunteer for a local cause, each act holds the potential to enrich our lives. Even mundane tasks, accomplished with intention and care, can foster a sense of accomplishment and well-being. In the pursuit of happiness, it is essential to remember that not all actions need to be dramatic or world-changing. Sometimes the most profound joy comes from small acts, a smile exchanged, a letter written, a moment of mindfulness. These simple gestures accumulate, weaving a tapestry of satisfaction and contentment that endures through life's inevitable ups and downs. It is also important to acknowledge that happiness is a deeply personal experience. What brings joy to one person may leave another unmoved. Thus, the actions we choose should be guided by our own values, passions, and interests. By listening to our inner voice and honoring what matters most to us, we increase the likelihood that our efforts will lead to genuine fulfillment. At times, the pursuit of happiness through action requires courage. It asks us to step into the unknown, to risk vulnerability, and to face the possibility of disappointment. But it is precisely this courage that makes happiness so meaningful. When we look back on our lives, it is often the moments when we dared to act, despite uncertainty and fear, that stand out as sources of pride and satisfaction. For those who feel stuck or overwhelmed, the path to happiness may begin with a single, small step. It could be as simple as reaching out to a friend, starting a new project, or setting aside time for self-care. Each act, no matter how modest, is a declaration of hope, a belief that happiness is possible, and that we are willing to pursue it. Over time, the habit of action becomes self-sustaining. The more we engage, the more we discover about ourselves and the world. Successes build confidence. Failures foster wisdom. Through action, we learn to trust our abilities, to bounce back from setbacks, and to celebrate our achievements. Gradually, happiness ceases to be a distant ideal and becomes a lived reality. In the broader context of society, the principle that happiness requires action has profound implications. It challenges us to move beyond complacency, to advocate for justice, and to contribute to the common good. When individuals and communities take action, whether by voting, volunteering, or standing up for what is right, they create the conditions for collective happiness. Progress is made not by waiting for change, but by being the agents of change. At the same time, it is important to balance action with reflection. The drive to do can sometimes lead to burnout or a sense of never being satisfied. True happiness arises when action is paired with mindfulness, a thoughtful awareness of our intentions and the impact of our choices. By pausing to reflect, we can ensure that our actions align with our deepest values and aspirations. As we navigate the complexities of life, the interplay between action and happiness remains ever present. There will be moments of triumph and moments of disappointment, times when our efforts yield joy, and times when they do not. But through it all, the act of trying, of reaching out and engaging with the world, is what gives life its richness and meaning. In the end, happiness is not something to be found, but something to be created, moment by moment, action by action. It is the product of our willingness to participate, to strive, to care, and to contribute. No matter where we begin or what challenges we face, the invitation is clear. Take action, and in doing so, open the door to happiness. So as you reflect on your own journey, consider the ways in which action has shaped your experience. Think about the times you dared to try and the lessons you learned. Remember that happiness is not guaranteed by effort alone, but that without effort it cannot exist. Let this truth inspire you to continue moving forward, to embrace new opportunities, and to pursue the life you desire, with courage, hope, and the understanding that every action, no matter how small, is a step toward happiness. In this way, the words, action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. Become not only a guiding principle, but a call to live fully, to engage deeply, and to cherish the journey as much as the destination. Whether the path is smooth or challenging, it is through action that happiness becomes possible, and through action that our lives are transformed.